Are you a sports fan looking to up the ante on your game day experience? Look no further than BetUS, America's favorite sports book. Sign up now using my code KC Sports and get a first deposit bonus of 125% up to $2,000. But that's not all with BetUS. Your second and third deposits are to be rewarded with a 100% sports bonus along with a 25% guaranteed casino bonus up to $2,000 as well. With over 25 years of experience, BetUS offers the industry's biggest retail bonuses to keep you in the game. And here's the best part. BetUS provides all their players with 24/7 VIP one-on-one customer service to ensure you have the support that you need when you need it. So don't miss out on this action. Sign up today, BetUS, and start winning big. Are you a sports fan looking to up the ante on your game day experience? Look no further than BetUS, America's favorite sports book. Sign up now using my code KC Sports and get a first deposit bonus of 125% up to $2,000. But that's not all with BetUS. Your second and third deposits are to be rewarded. What's good, people? What's good, people? Welcome back. Welcome back to the KC Sports Show. Hold on. I am trying to get everything ready. Let's go ahead and knock you off right there. Boom. My guy. Can you hear me?
What's up, buddy? Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. We're just waiting for the
Cool.
other good people to get in here.
Cool.
As soon as I get everything ready right there. everything up and running. How's everything going on your side?
Good, man.
Good.
Just got back from vacation. Well, as you say, if you say Disney was a vacation, I guess.
Oh, you and John both went to Disney.
Yeah. So we go. I mean, I say we, my family, my wife and my daughter and I go a lot.
Oh, okay. What's the trip
Yeah.
from Houston to?
It's a 2 hour. It's a 2 hour, hour and 57 minute or some shit like that flight.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. That's Orlando at all. It's straight one shot, one kill. You know, just
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to the California one. I've been to Universal Studios, of course. I've been there, but Disney World in Orlando. So I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we've been to California once, but we're annual pass holders for the one in Orlando, so we go like every 60 days or 90 days or some shit like that. So
Damn. Hey, you gotta get
Yeah.
your money's worth, right?
yeah.
That shit is not
Yep.
cheap.
No, but actually, if in the grand scheme of things, like you can go. I mean, I don't know. Do you have kids?
No, I don't have kids, which is
Okay.
shocking.
Okay, so this is the thing. Like, you don't have kids, you realize that taking kids to do anything, or taking yourself to do anything, by the way, I guess it's just
Yeah.
expensive now. So it's like you can't even go bowling at the damn like Dave and Buster. I'm not Dave and Buster, but like Main Event or like the bowling alley where there's like arcade and stuff and do anything and drink beer or have a mixed drink and have some dinner or something without spending an easy $100. And I'm like,
Whew, boy, you're not lying. I ain't gonna lie. Like I've been buying a lot of stuff in house. Like even when I go out, if I'm a drink, I'm buying a bottle. Like I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not
100%. I understand that.
Yeah, it's hella expensive, and it's not going down any further. I just shit. It's
Yeah, not at all. It ain't never gonna go down. It's just gonna get worse. Or
yeah,
maybe.
No,
Maybe
it's gonna get worse. I hate to be a pessimist. It's gonna get worse. That's why you gotta make as much money as you can. Oh Lord, trying to see what my guy John is. Whole sports for you, Cass.
Oh, he's coming?
Yeah, John, Trell, and Mark. Well, I don't expect Mark to be here on time, but Mark should be on his way too. We're gonna have a full house. We should have a full house.
Okay, cool. I sent them the link, not knowing that. But yeah, I was like, I didn't even know. I honestly did not know. That's cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have a full house. We are. I mean, right now we're just sitting here. It's live because I like to be somewhat on time. I've been my audience would be like, you don't be coming on time all the time. I'm like, hey man, look.
Hey dude, like I have been accused of having BPT myself, if that makes any sense. So like literally my wife all the time. If it wasn't for her, our show would never be on time. She's like, go your ass up there and start the show. It says you say 7 or 8 o'clock, have it open at 7 or 8 o'clock. So
I'll be trying, man. I promise I'll be trying. Like I'm trying to get this consistent thing when it comes to like Fridays and Thursdays. If I can throw Thursdays in there too. It's just the logistics.
You game too, right?
Yeah, I game too. Yeah, I game.
Yeah.
I'm trying. You know what I'm trying to do? And this is some behind the scenes stuff. I'm trying to schedule it and structure it to if I do game is gonna be on the Twitch and Kick, but I want to like kind of still make the Twitch channel still geared towards broadcasting for sports, not just solely gaming. That's why you don't see me as much. I used to get on there and play Call of Duty. I don't play it now like that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't play it now like that because my Game Pass ran out.
Oh.
I don't pay for. I didn't pay for the full game, so that's where I'm at. Where the hell? Because John popped in here and Trail popped in here. I'm not sure what happened. Where are these guys at? Let me see. You got a full house. You catching any of the games this weekend?
Like what do you mean? College?
Yeah, college.
Oh well, I'm interested in the one that's on right now, or going to be on. Is it on
Yeah,
right? Is it on right now?
No,
The
it comes on
Indiana?
at 8. Comes on at 8.
Yeah, yeah. I'm interested in that one, just because the simple fact of the matter is, like, I I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Notre Dame hater, and I'd love to see the Hoosiers just throttle them,
Yeah.
just because, like, I mean, obviously you know who I am, so you can see right here behind
Fresno
me.
State? What?
No, buddy, no,
Who is?
no,
Oh,
no,
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
wait.
no, no,
Gonzaga?
no.
Hold on. Let me guess. Gonzaga?
Oh no, oh no,
Georgia. Oh, okay. My
oh
bad. My
no,
bad. My
oh
bad.
no.
I was trying to guess because usually I've never seen that type of bulldog for Georgia. I
Yeah,
seen
yeah, that's
the
that's
fathead.
the yeah, that's the like the alternate one. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm a Dogs fan, so I'm like Mark.
Yeah,
Me and Mark get along with
yeah.
the dogs talk.
I would say you guys birds of a feather. Huh? I'm a Hurricane fan, so
Hey man, I
so
I can't
I hate them too. So it's fair hate. I hate Notre Dame too.
I can't disagree with Miami. I mean, I think that they should have been in the playoff
No, we shouldn't
to
have.
a certain extent. Okay, I think the name Miami should have been in the playoff, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Like, the U should have been in the playoff. The team that you have should have not been in the playoffs. If that There he goes.
yeah.
It's kind of like the same argument people make for Bama. The team Bama should have been
You really think Bama should
in
have been in there?
the team. Yes, the name Bama. I think Kalen DeBoer is awful, and that's the reason. My exact thoughts on that was Kalen DeBoer is the reason why they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
It had nothing to do with how the team was. It had everything to do with their coach, because it was in Washington last year, and then went to the Natty and got drubbed by Michigan, and they didn't want to see that shit happen to Bama. So literally, it's kind of protecting them
yeah.
by keeping them out.
We got Trail.
So,
Trail's in the
what's up,
house.
Trell?
Yo, what's up, Cole? KC, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Ain't no problem. No problem. We trying to get the full house in here. I'm trying to have a good little holiday show with all my peeps. You know, we was over here talking about this college football.
I was leaving the gym and I had to navigate through the train, then navigate through the bums and tents of the block to get home. So
It's all good. It's all good. Cole, me and Cole was just talking about why Miami shouldn't be. Cole, you actually making a statement for them. I don't think we should have. Our defense is
I'm just
abysmal.
saying. I think Miami itself, like the name Miami,
Yeah.
should be in the playoffs. Like, I'm just saying, like, it just maybe that's just me, the old college football fan, longing for days of grandeur. Like back in the day. But I mean, you don't think of no shade to Indiana, but you don't think of a football school when Indiana's in there. And then if you're not from the South, you really don't care about, or from Texas, I guess. If you're not from Texas or Central Texas, to be totally exact, you don't give two shits about SMU being there.
Everybody doesn't care about SMU. SMU is
the only reason SMU is in it is to validate Clemson being in there.
Yeah.
And Clemson's about to get destroyed.
Yeah. That's the sentiment. Everybody feels that same way.
I mean, they're just there to validate them because they lost to them, and Clemson's the worst team. I think Clemson's the worst team in the playoffs.
Indiana is a basketball team. It's not a football school. The mere fact that you got whooped by Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State's no slouch. I'm just saying, like, why are you guys there? I guess it's giving everybody a shot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody a fair shot. Here and there.
12 teams, man.
12 teams. Boise State's in. Yeah. Boise State's, I mean, because they were good back when in the old BCS days where they would go undefeated. They'd get snubbed. But, I mean, the strength of schedule.
Chris Patterson was another coach. The one that ran with the Kellen Moore and those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Chris Peterson, I mean. Not Peterson.
And then they got the running back, Ashton Genty, who he feels like he should have won the Heisman. That's actually one of the topics, man. Like him versus Travis Hunter. I think, like, come on, brother. Like, you're not in a strong division like that, bro. You can
Any other year he would have won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was in the group chat with Mark and everybody else. They was talking about that too. Like the only reason why he didn't even get the votes because he wasn't in a power school. So if he was like, if he's like in Ohio State or Michigan or USC or something like that, he probably would have had, recommendations. So if you switch him and Travis Hunter's schools, he probably more likely would have got the nod.
He probably would have, but yeah, if you got Travis Hunter doing what he's doing, it's not really. And then Travis Hunter's in the division or in the conference he's in versus conference you're in, the mountain. I always forget.
Mountain West.
Mountain West.
Mountain West.
Yeah. Come on, brother. Like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He'll be a first round draft pick, but still.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'll be a first round draft pick for sure. Trying to wait for these guys to get in here. Anyway, while we are live, we have a bunch of people watching. I want to go ahead and shout out our sponsors. I got Factor 75. There is a discount code down below for 50% off your first order. Also, Bet US, 125% off of your first bet. Just use the code down below, KC Sports. Who else am I forgetting? Poggers. Get 10% off your first order. Use my code KC10. And that about does it for our sponsors. I had to get that out the way. While we got our guys here. Hey, man. You guys
gotta get paid, man.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta use it. I have another sponsor. I just haven't really formatted the commercial for that. What is that? Not TMU, but what's the other guys? AliExpress. I got a sponsorship from them. I haven't created just some back scene stuff, But
you gotta come up with or what?
No, I just like to have the B-roll already, so that way I gotta keep saying it because it gets very annoying at some point in time. But while we are here, who do you guys got in this game tonight?
I mean, I think I think they do. I think that they show that they're actually legitimate contenders, and I think it's close.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is what, Notre Dame -7. I think it's maybe closer than that. I mean, obviously, I think that Indiana wins and they nudge them. Like it's maybe 3 points, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 50.5 over under. It's a lot of points.
I got Indiana too. I got Indiana. Not Indiana. I'm sorry. Yeah. I got Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame. I got Notre Dame. What am I saying? We got some other picks too. I don't know if you've seen the well, you seen because you replied back. We got the picks. I was trying to wait for John to get in here before we started talking about the matchups this weekend, but we can go ahead and talk about them while we here. This week's matchup, we got SMU versus Penn State. I'm sure you guys, I'm going to just assume for everybody it's unanimous. Everybody's taking Penn State for that one.
Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna go for the underdog. I'm gonna go at SMU just to see the what if factor.
You gonna go SMU?
Yeah,
really?
Because.
Okay, all right. I'm not mad at the upset.
I'm just going for upset. I'm not a fan of that school. Like none like that. I'm just gonna go for the upset.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Just to be different. Just to be different.
What about yourself, Cole?
I mean, I'm thinking. Personally, I would like to see this be a closer ball game than what they have it. It's 9 points to Penn State. It's a Big Ten school.
Yeah.
And obviously it could be that SMU's they beat people and they beat good schools like football schools, right? Like Pitt. They beat Pitt by like 23, and they beat Cal. I mean, I'm gonna say Cal is a great football school, but I mean, they're a school that you think of when you think of football, or at least guys that a school that produces NFL guys, right?
Yeah.
They beat them by like 32, and then I mean, their only losses were to BYU by 3 and then Clemson by 3. So I could definitely roll with the underdog here. It's I think that they need to validate themselves too. Like I said, they're a validation of Clemson being in the playoffs. So I'll I'll go with Trell, and I think that I would take the SMU, especially to cover for sure. 9 points. I would cover. I would think they would cover with 9 points.
I'm gonna stick with Penn State. All right, good folks. It is a full house. We got my guy John from Sports For You podcast in the house.
Family.
Fashionably late. What's up?
Hey, mom's gotta eat. Hey, mom's gotta eat. Mom's gotta eat. So hey, I make sure mom's gotta eat. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. It's all good. John, we just making our picks for this weekend's college football matchups. Well, let me get your take on Indiana versus Notre Dame. Who you picking?
Notre Dame, and it better be competitive.
Oh Lord. Okay. What about SMU and Penn State? Then who you got?
I'm going with SMU. I'm going underdog. I don't trust Penn State.
Lord, you guys are
3-1 on that one.
You guys are killing me right now. You guys are killing me.
Man, James Franklin.
It's easy to go to the big team like that. It's too easy.
It's too easy. Man.
Hey, James,
everybody they might go for Penn State. What if the small team wins?
We'll see. I'm gonna stick to my guns with Penn State, and it's not because it's hometown. It's just I trust Penn State more than I trust SMU. But SMU has come back from that death penalty from like 30 years ago and made a resurgence. So,
I mean, Penn State just beat up on a bunch of the bottom feeders in the Big Ten. So, I mean, they beat up on Maryland, Minnesota, Purdue, like teams that are terrible in the Big Ten. So.
All right.
Rebuilding Washington program. So
wow. Okay. A rebuild. All right. Next matchup, we got Clemson versus Texas. Who you got? That's a tough one.
I'm going with Texas.
Yeah, I think Quinn Ewers is going to be out there winging the rock around. You might even get to see Arch get a little time in to beat up on the Tigers. So I'll take Texas UT.
I never pick a fake Tiger, so I'm gonna go with Texas.
Okay,
that's hate.
All right. I'm gonna stay with the crowd. We going Texas as well. I don't think Bo Nix has done a great job in recruiting this year. Not Bo Nix. Why I said Bo Nix? Dabo. What the hell? Dabo. What the hell?
Got Bo Nix on the brain.
What am I
don't even bring it. That's shade right there.
Don't mention Bo Nix right now.
I watched that game last night and I wasn't shocked. I mean,
I was there.
I saw.
One catch, Lad McConkey killed my parlay. I needed one more catch, and they went to the damn running back at the end. Just by the way, thank you, terrible Denver defense at the end.
Talk about terrible defense the entire second half.
I watched that entire game. I was like, this can't be real. This
I told you, John, I was like the only person that picked the Chargers in the pick'em. So no hate towards you.
Oh, he was gonna pick his squad no matter what. So
I know, but everybody did. Everybody did in the pick'em. So
damn.
Sorry to bring up trauma, John. I was trying to say Dabo, not Bo Nix, but hopefully you guys can limp into the playoffs. The AFC West is it's pretty strong, honestly, but it is what it is.
They make the playoffs 100%.
Speaking of another team, the last matchup for this weekend, Tennessee versus Ohio State. John,
what the hell am I wearing?
Looks like a hoodie.
Well, what's over the hoodie, bro? Come on.
I can't see what number it is.
Yeah, it looks like a gray hoodie.
I see it. I see it now.
Okay.
Y'all know this is
Oh
hard.
man.
I was about to say that's who it is, but you beat me to it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You was right, Cody. Y'all know what it is.
The guy that beat up on my team once upon a time. So
Yeah, who was at Bama with Derrick Henry at one time?
yeah.
So
what TJ Yeldon too?
So John, you taking Tennessee.
Of course.
Okay. And
We're gonna
then
get Ryan Day fired.
you gonna get who? Ryan Day fired?
Mm-hmm. I don't think if he loses, I don't think he have a job.
You tripping. You tripping. You
I think
tripping.
he have a job, mate. Losing to Michigan and then you one and done in the playoff? No, I think it's over.
Okay. What about you, Cole? What you got?
I'm gonna ride the SEC train here. I hate Ohio State, so I hope that Tennessee plants a damn flag right in the middle of the Buckeye.
Oh, you know they Ohio State. they're I don't know if it's gone through. You can't plant a flag. It's now a felony in the state of Ohio. What the hell?
He did that shit on purpose.
Yeah,
he did it on purpose.
Come on, man. It is what it is. Come on, Trell. Who you got?
They've been doing that for years, man.
Trell, who you got?
You know what? They did give us our greatest running back since Reggie Bush. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Okay. Trell, I'm gonna need you to mute yourself if you're gonna chew loud as hell, my guy. You're gonna need to mute yourself because I can't. No, we can't do that. All right, so I'm gonna take Tennessee. No, actually, no. I'm gonna buck the system. I'm gonna go Ohio State, even though Ohio State tried to beat my Hurricanes way back when. I'm gonna go Ohio State. I got some faith in Ryan Day. Some kind of faith.
Hype will beat your Hurricanes back in the day. Ken Dorsey didn't get the ball in the end zone. That's what beat your Hurricanes.
Man, hey, I was just reliving some highlights back when we were one of the greatest teams. We had arguably one of the greatest college football teams ever in the 01 team that beat Nebraska. Like it was like 37 NFL draft picks. We are a mere shell of what we used to be 20 years ago. 20 something.
That's why I told you. That's why I told you Miami's name deserved to be in the playoff. The team didn't.
Yeah, it's sad to see, and then it's also sad to know that we are never going to get back to that point because NIL has literally took a shot on everything. We can't recruit anymore at any point in time. So, oh Lord Jesus. Okay, now that we got the picks out of the way, I guess I'm gonna go ahead. Let me formally introduce everybody. Again, good people, if you're watching, this is your first time watching, I am your host, KC, and this is a live show with all my nearest and dearest sports broadcasters. We got, first off, in the right corner, we got Ballers and Briefs. Cole, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Cody Coleman Pride _69. I am one of the hosts on Ballers and Briefs Fantasy Sports Podcast. And this is my extended familia right here. So I have been welcomed in with open arms. So it's great to be here with a bunch of great guys. So appreciate it.
All right. And then we got at the bottom, also at the right or left, depending on which way you're looking at it, we got Trell. Trell, go ahead and introduce yourself. Take yourself off mute.
I'm off mute. But yeah, I'm Trell, co-host of the Sports for You Wrestling Podcast every Wednesday at 7:15 on YouTube. I've been chilling with Sports for You for about 3 years now. So yeah, just happy to be here and met Cole a few times on the regular Sports for You pod. So yeah.
Okay. And last and certainly not least, the fashionably late John from Sports for You. Where is my horn? Let me put an air horn for my guy.
What's going on, KC? Cody, and obviously my man Trail. We in the building tonight. John Watson, any stranger to me, Sports For You podcast, Sports For You Wrestling podcast. Of course, every Tuesdays and Fridays on YouTube, X, and Facebook. And of course, on Wednesday, Sports For You Wrestling on YouTube with my guy Trail. And obviously, you guys catch me periodically here with my guy KC on the KC Sports Show. And shout out to my brother Cody in the building, Ballers and Briefs, best sports fantasy sports podcast in the land. Y'all know what it is.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right. That is today's guest. We got a loaded show for you guys going into the holiday. Hopefully you guys all have a good holiday coming up, Christmas, or if you don't celebrate, just celebrate it with your family. Hey, I don't know what you do nowadays, but anyway, let's get right into the thick of things. Good people, we got the first topic of the show. Falcons bench Kirk Cousins. All right. I'm not going to take the lead. I'm going to let my guy John, since he came in here late. Go ahead, John. What's your take on that?
All right, I see where this is going. Okay, KC, my guy, I see where this is going.
Theme of the night. Theme of the night.
So here's the deal. It was bound to happen. Raheem Morris did his best to try to keep Kirk Cousins in there because obviously they're still in contention to win the NFC South. And that's the only way the Falcons are going to get in the playoffs is if they win the division. Mm-hmm. Because I think the wild cards are pretty much locked in, or there's two, or either going to be either whoever doesn't win the NFC West. So that's the only way the South is going to have multiple representation in the playoffs. Kirk has been awful. It's just plain and simple. One touchdown, 8 interceptions over his last few games. Mm. And when you struggling against arguably the worst team in football, if you think it's them or the Giants, the Raiders or the Giants, Raheem Morris had no choice now. Because he can't look at those other 52 guys in the locker room and saying, this is going to be our guy Sunday. Now, granted, they're playing the Giants on Sunday. So Michael Penix is getting a good introduction to football because obviously the Giants stink. And obviously you did not want to put Kirk Cousins out there on a false narrative because he carves up a team that's 2-12 and make him think that he's back. Yeah, it'll help his confidence, but man, he just looked off and it was time to change. And I think they made the right move. Look, I vouch KC, Trail, Cody knows. I wanted the Broncos to draft Michael Penix this year in the draft, and the Falcons just surprised everybody and took him at the top 10, and that's how we ended up with Bo Nix. But it was the right move. Raheem Morris had to make sure that locker room did not have a mutiny if Kirk Cousins went back out there.
Yeah, he was stinking up the joint. I do have a conspiracy that I want to talk about. It's really not even a conspiracy. It's just a thought that popped in my head. But Cody, I'll go first. Let me get your take as well, and then Trail, and then because my spill is kind of like in the same breath with the whole Daniel Jones thing. But go ahead. I want to get your take. So,
and I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this kind of weird, and you guys are gonna be like, maybe this makes sense, maybe it doesn't.
Don't take my take. Don't take
and
my
this is no shade. This is no shade to John's Broncos. This is reverse reverse Russell Wilson. Okay, it has a lot to do with that contract. They literally no. This is reverse because Russ sucked. Russ sucked at the beginning of the season and got better as the season went along, right? And they paid him all that money, and they realized, okay, he's not going to be in the plans. So we're going to have a good draft pick, and we're going to draft a first-round quarterback. Falcons did that. They did that shit already. They already drafted their quarterback of the future, and they knew that they were not going to that this might be only one season with Kirk Cousins anyway, because they don't know exactly how the Achilles is going to hold up. So he's gotten progressively worse throughout the season, or I would say he was kind of like this. He was he plateaued at a point, and now he's falling off the cliff. And you got guys that are like, okay, well, we drafted Michael Penix. Why the hell are we sitting out here playing Kirk Cousins when he's not doing any good? And we have a chance maybe to beat up on a couple bottom feeders to try to boost our scale to get into the playoffs. And why not do it now when Michael Penix has had he's had 13 weeks to sit and learn, and it's time to do it. Like, it's time to rip the Band-Aid off. It's time to put him out there. He's either going to sink or swim. And what are we going to lose? We're gonna either not make the playoffs or we're gonna make the playoffs, and the kid's making himself, because it's like nobody has tape on him. That's what happens with these rookie quarterbacks. I mean, I'm a use my Texans last year as an example. Nobody had tape on CJ Stroud, and he was out here just tearing the league up last season. No one has tape on Michael Penix as a pro quarterback, so why not just do it now?
Right.
I agree. I totally agree. I think it's a little too. I don't know. I mean, the Falcons are still in playoff position. They're one game behind the Bucks, but I digress. Go ahead, Trail. Give me your take.
Yeah, when I found out that the Falcons were getting Kirk Cousins in our division, everyone was talking about how Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback in NFC South. And I mean, on paper, sure, but he wasn't. I've always felt like he was never worth the money he's been getting ever since he left Washington. I mean, shout out to his
100%.
agent, because whoever agent he has, he's gotten paid every time. And I knew once he signed him, they signed him. I'm like, well, just wait. Eventually, Kirk Cousins is going to be Kirk Cousins. And for the whole season, he has 18 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and has a quarterback rating of 88.6. Like, that's pretty much Kirk Cousins in a nutshell. So the moment that they drafted Michael Penix, I'm like, and Kirk Cousins didn't even know, and they went ahead and drafted a quarterback. I'm like, yeah, they was already planning this exit as soon as they signed him. And I was like, he ain't gonna last long. I'm surprised he lasted this long, because in the beginning of the season, the Falcons were kind of pretty good, and then come mid-season, Kirk Cousins started becoming Kirk Cousins, and here we are. Last 3 games of the season, Michael Penix finally gets the job, and I think he's gonna keep that job.
Now, here's my theory too, because I mean, it could be injuries, could be something personal. Mum's the word right now. It just seems so. I don't know. Like it just seems so out of the blue to do it in such a position. Yeah, he's stinking up the joint, but to move him right now and put Penix in right now, I don't know. It's just something in the back of my head. It's like, is there something that the Falcons organization isn't telling us about Kirk Cousins? Is there something we're not aware of? Because for 5 weeks of him sucking, pause, and now we just gonna take him out. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. And when I was trying to make the correlation to Daniel Jones, it's something that somebody's not saying that we aren't privy to. Because the Daniel Jones, the pick itself, it needs to be like investigated. And the mere fact that they let him go at $100 million plus, after signing $100 million plus, it boggles my mind. And for him to get picked right back up, I don't know. It's some kind of stuff that's going on in the background. Same thing with Kirk Cousins that we're not being told about. Now,
it's 90 million guaranteed. That's all.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
90
million. It's 90 million George Washingtons. That's why. Why we can cut bait now and only be on the hook for 90 million in the dead cap space. That's it, dude. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with a conspiracy. Now, I'm not saying that by any stretch of imagination. It could definitely be a conspiracy, but I think at a point where I don't know if Kirk Cousins is
Nessa says
is relatable.
Oh man, the crew is all together.
As a quarterback to the rest of the locker room, I don't know. And obviously that could be the driving factor here, is that he just isn't what they picked him up to be. And Raheem Morris is like, okay, he's done talked to Zach Robinson, and Zach Robinson's like, hey, this dude runs my offense way the hell better than Kirk Cousins' old ass does. We got to pull the plug now. That's really.
Hey, I did see a clip of him throwing the ball to, Drake London. It looks pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. I honestly, it's a little deep into the season to pull him. Like, just let him play out the rest of the season. I don't understand. Like, but
they got a game again. They got 2 winnable games out of 3. That's the thing, against the Panthers, and then this week against the Giants, and then they're probably going to lose to the Commanders, because Commanders have everything to play for at that point. So
Yeah, they got
I
the
think they're
Eagles.
pretty much conceding that they're not going to make the wild card. So they're like, let's just put the kid in.
You don't think they're
If
gonna?
we win out and get lucky, then they have the decision: do they put Kirk Cousins back in, or do they stick with Michael Penix? But the way that the NFC West is right now, with the Rams and Seahawks fighting for that number 1 spot, they might get 2 teams going into the wild card from the West. So I think they're just pretty much, unless there is something going on that we don't know, I think they just looking at it long term, like we're not going to get in, so we might as well just put him in now and see what he does.
I mean, but look at the NFC South though. The NFC South is, count out
Trash.
the Panthers. The Panthers are garbage. I mean,
They're eliminated.
Yeah, they're eliminated.
Totally eliminated.
Yeah, they out. The Saints are out. It's just really.
We should be out.
I'm just saying it's really going to
We
be a
should be out.
dogfight between the Falcons and the Bucks at this point. And I mean, the Bucks did blow out. They did blow out. Who I forgot.
The Chargers last
The Chargers, yeah. They blew out the Chargers convincingly. So I mean, it's there. But again, it's going to come down to the wire in the NFC South. And me personally, I think that the Falcons might pull through if Penix shows what he can do against the Giants. But then again, you just never know. It's up in the air. But okay, so then there's a big but. If the Falcons and the Bucks, if the Bucks win a division, they're getting in. There's no way the Falcons are getting in at this point. There's just no way.
There's only going to be one team from the South in the playoffs, and that's the only way they get in is by the division.
Yeah, because
You got 3 teams from the NFC North.
I was about to say that same thing. NFC North is just looking too juggernautish. But I'm gonna say this too: the NFC North, it's a pretender in the Detroit Lions, and I'm gonna say why, because I'm gonna tell you why. It's clearly the obvious thing. They got so many damn injuries. Playoff time comes, you need 2 running backs. Montgomery is they haven't what?
They say he could come back.
I
read an article
know.
yesterday. They said he's coming back. He said he's gonna play through it.
No.
He better not. I mean, I got him on my fantasy team. I don't want him to break a leg or break a kneecap or something.
I know. I think it's gonna be like if they make it into the playoffs and they don't lock up if they lock up the number 1 seed, they get a bye. He plays in the second week of the playoffs. You can damn well bet that. That's 5 weeks from now.
That is horrible. I would hate to. It's like the Patrick Mahomes thing, dog. Like, take some time off. It is not that serious. You don't need to play right now. And just
yes, he does. My Texans need to beat the Chiefs with the
that's selfish.
Mahomes on them.
That's selfish.
And I was telling John the way the Chiefs are playing right now, they need home field.
I mean, the Chiefs. I mean, they can do it with wins. They can do it with wins. I think that. Me personally, no, y'all don't have faith in Wentz anymore. Okay, that's sad. But I mean, back to the object at hand. Kirk Cousins getting benched is. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually surprised, but the writing was on the wall. I mean, yeah, it was there. But it's just like you can't do, like, why would you bench $100 million? Why would you even sign him to that type of money?
180 million, buddy.
100, but how much guaranteed?
90 million.
That's still too much to bench.
Million.
That's too much to bench. That's too much to, you know what I mean? And then look, we're gonna have the same situation come next year with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you know Sam Darnold's gonna get 100 million off rip.
He's probably gonna get it somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. Not from the Vikings. He's gonna be somewhere else. Somebody's gonna be like, instead of using the draft pick on a quarterback, we can shore up our line or do something with defense and just sign Sam Darnold because he's having a phenomenal. But this is the thing, and this is all correlation to everything that comes back to the Vikings, because the Vikings made Kirk Cousins look like what he was to get that 180 million contract, because you got the two weapons in Jefferson, Addison, the running game, the defense. The Vikings have the whole package. It's just playoff time. They just kind of fall to shit. I'm not sure what happens playoff time, why they just don't get it together. But the mere fact that that coaching staff can make quarterbacks or insulate quarterbacks and make them look great to sell them off, it says a lot. And somebody's going to get the what do you call it? The catfish. They're going to get the catfish. Y'all think you're getting Sam Darnold of this season? No, you're going to get Sam Darnold of the New York Jets circa 2020. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to get that Sam Darnold that got high-powered weapons in Addison and Jefferson. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. And that's
Kevin
what you got.
O'Connell's magic, man.
Yeah, he's working his magic. He's making quarterbacks look great. He's done a rehab project basically with these quarterbacks. That's what that is.
But yeah, he had Kirk Cousins. He was Kirk Cousins' quarterback coach in Washington when he was there. So
it makes all the biggest difference in terms of who you got as an offensive coordinator or just an offensive-minded coach in general. Because you could be the quarterback whisperer. Look at Andy Reid. Everybody talks about the whole Alex Smith thing. If Alex Smith didn't have a glass body, he probably would have won a Super Bowl with Andy rather than Patrick Mahomes. Even though I still think Patrick Mahomes would have been Patrick Mahomes regardless.
He's going to get that job eventually. Yeah.
But who's to say if Alex Smith didn't have the glass body he had?
Dude, now you say glass body, you can thank my Texans for making his rearranging his leg bones. So, like, if you've seen that man's actual leg, I don't think I'd call him glass. So, that's rough. But yeah, Kirk Cousins only a $65 million dead cap in 2025. So,
okay, that's not bad. That's not horrible. They're gonna be in cap hell for a minute, but. Any final takes? Any hot takes on this? We can just move right along. None?
No, just F the Falcons. That's it.
F the Falcons. All right, we got the next topic. We got Mike Vick got hired at the head coach spot at Norfolk State, which is a HBCU. Which if we're looking at it, they weren't good this year. They were 4-8. No bowl. 0-3 since they've been able to go to bowl games. Mike Vick, who is a Newport News, Virginia native, down the street from him. This is a good look for him. I would have never imagined Mike Vick going for a head coaching job, honestly. That wasn't on my board. But it is good for him to kind of stay employed somewhere. And it might be a hop to, who's to say, maybe a bigger conference in college, maybe a quarterback's coach in the NFL. I'm actually, it's weird because he made the jump straight to coach. But I can't say that it's truly weird because we saw Ed Reed about to go to Bethune-Cookman to be a head coach, but he fucked that right up. What are your takes on this? You think it's a good hire for Norfolk? Why I say Norfolk? Norfolk.
Yeah, I'm happy for Vic. Vic came a long way in his career, so to see him still being in sports, helping out kids, going to the HBCU. I'm pretty sure people have done it before Prime, but I feel like it's like the Prime effect. They see the success that Deion's doing with the HBCU school, then moving up to a higher collegiate level in college. So everyone now is like, well, let me tip my hat in there and try it. Ray Lewis is trying it. So I'm happy for Mike Vick, man. I really am.
You got other coaches like Eddie George, who's at Tennessee State. It's another coach I'm forgetting that's either at a HBCU or like a D2 college. Hugh, he's at what is it, Grambling?
He's at Grambling.
Yeah, Grambling. I love to see it, but Hugh was already a coach. I'm talking about like former players getting into the game. So that's good. Congratulations to Mike Vick. All success. My picture of this is Mike Vick going to these kids that was born in 03, 04 and showing him he was in a video game in Madden and showing his highlights, and the kids like, what? Coach, you was in a video game?
Yep.
That is absolutely nutty.
That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
That's nutty.
You was in Madden, man. I was a cheat code.
I was Madden.
I was the cover.
2004.
That was the best.
I I even had a ride named after me called the Michael Vick Experience. If you
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
I do
commercial.
remember that. Yeah,
The Michael Vick Experience.
shoes and
That
everything.
commercial.
Yeah, he has some nice looking shoes too. That's all I got on that topic. I ain't got too much on Mike Vick.
I just think I think he's a student of the game. I mean, I don't know how much if you watched anything of him outside of the game, but he just oozes football now, and like I think he's got a good demeanor. I think he's got a good like style that he could be a great leader of men, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And again, kind of talking a little bit about like what Bill Belichick's kind of ways thinking of he's going to do like at UNC. All right, I'm here to do two things: prep you for an NFL career or a career after this in football, and get you the knowledge you need to do to be a human being. And I think Michael Vick, for all his flaws or everything that most people that don't know him from football or know him from outside of football, he's lived a life of a human being, and he knows, okay, this is not what's okay, and here's what is okay. So I think it makes him a good leader, I think.
Speaking of that, I almost forgot about that. He did. I did read something on Mike. He hired his cousin, which is funny because after the whole not the cousin who did the thing with the whole.
Oh, okay.
Not that cousin. No.
I was like,
Yeah, no, not that cousin. That cousin. If it was me personally, that cousin wouldn't be on Earth. I mean, this is me personally. But
I feel you.
Yeah, no. He hired his cousin for a position as well. His cousin actually tweeted about it, the hiring as well. And on top of that, I didn't know he was a part of like an animal. What is it, like like saving dogs? That was crazy. I was like, okay, look at Mike.
After the whole dog fighting, and he got out of jail, he was able to basically start over.
Recertify his life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got involved with the Humane Society to educate those about the bads about dog fighting, and he's been doing good ever since.
I love that. I read that somewhere. I was like, look at Mike. Okay, he really. I mean, but this guy has been through adversity after adversity, from the IRS to like signing 100. He bounced back with signing $100 million contract with the Eagles. So. Yeah. But really, that was just to pay off the IRS. Yeah, that was just to pay off the IRS. So, but shout out to him, man. I'm glad for Mike Vick. He is the cornerstone of what the dual threat quarterback was. He definitely set the standard, and he was different. Like prime Mike Vick was different. Like I could tell this story a million times. If you lived in Atlanta, you weren't getting tickets if you didn't already buy them like months in advance when Mike Vick was actually playing. Now he did have some injury issues, but when he played, it was a showstopper. It was definitely a showstopper.
If he had the passing of the Eagles Mike Vick back then in Atlanta, whew.
But it's like the LeBron James effect. The older you get, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying? You sharpen your skills. So it was like. Yeah. He really was like, I can't. I'm still fast.
If dude was a right-handed quarterback, he would have been amazing. I'm just saying, no shade, but left-handed. I mean, I don't know. Like I always hated it when I played ball. Anytime, don't matter what it is. Anybody that threw the ball left-handed, baseball and football both. I hated it coming out of a left-handed person's hand. It just killed me. And I played defense, so like shit, like that just I hated it. Yeah. So I could just imagine actual like these NFL receivers having to get used to someone that throws them the ball left-handed.
Now Mike Vick he still had a cannon though. I remember. I remember some receivers was like, to catch Mike Vick's ball, you got to be ready. You got to actually catch it with your hands. If you catch it in your chest, it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a true doozy. I told this story yesterday on my other show. Me and my brother were talking about when Mike Vick had first. Well, no, what was it? When was it? When the Falcons had rebadged their jerseys and got that whole new design. And I remember I had to be like 12 or 13. And my brother was so mad at me because my brother's 10 years older than me. He bought, me and him are diehard Eagles fans, but he was mad as hell at me because I got a Mike Vick Falcons jersey. And I was like, listen, because we all.
The red one with the white sleeves?
Yes. Beautiful. As kids, you can like a team, but you can also like a player.
Yeah.
I was a Mike Vick fan.
That was me. Yep.
I was a big Mike Vick fan. I was like, man, this dude is doing all this. He's on the game. My brother was mad as hell at me. He never let me live that down. He was like, how are you? I was like, I'm not getting a McNabb jersey. McNabb can't get us past the NFC Championship. I don't want him. I want Mike Vick. Even though Mike Vick ain't get past the NFC Championship himself. But, just a little personal story. I have no idea where that jersey's went. It's 20 years. That thing's probably in like a landfill somewhere. Who knows? But congratulations to Mike Vick. Anybody else got anything on this? I want to get to the juicy stuff. I just like the puffer stuff right now.
I'm just happy for Vic, and I wish him success. Obviously, I know there was a story about him maybe coming to Sacramento State, but obviously that didn't happen. But I'm glad he's in his home state, still representing VA to the fullest, and I wish all of them the best.
All right, Mike Vick, congratulations on that. All right, moving right on along, we got Kevin Durant saying that he hates the new NBA All-Star Game format. Now,
yes, nigga, man.
Listen, hey, I'm not mad at him. I don't even understand the NBA All-Star format. I hate it too, to be honest. But John,
can I give an ignorant fan take? I'm gonna give an ignorant fan.
Go ahead.
Take. So I'm gonna let John go first because you guys are the more NBA educated. Because I haven't watched a full NBA season since LeBron was on the Heat.
Great team.
All right,
I'm talking about full season.
All right, so here's the deal. They're going to make four. There's still going to be 24 players selected to the All-Star game. 12 from the East, 12 from the West.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to be broken up in 3 teams of 8, drafted by the inside the NBA crew. Shaq's going to have a team. Kenny's going to have a team. Barkley's going to have a team. And then the 4th team is going to be whoever wins the Rising Stars game on All-Star Friday, and that's going to be ran by Candace Parker. They're going to play in pretty much a tournament on All-Star Sunday, and you're going to play games to 40. The first, and then whoever wins out of those 2 games, they play in the championship. Then the games are 40. That's all it is. And the Kevin Durant's saying that he hates it. He wants it to go back to East and West. Well, it was East-West last year. Y'all still damn near scored 600 points. What are you talking about, bro? The problem ain't the All-Star game. The problem, y'all don't put no fucking effort in the game.
They don't. They absolutely don't. They don't care about it. Even the skill challenges, it's like, bro, what's going on? Nobody cares about the dunk contest, the 3-point shooting. It's.
I'm gonna say this. Me and Trell, I'm gonna say this, and Trell, and I'm gonna let Cody go. The skills competitions are fine. Like me and Trell, we were like hyped last year with the Pro Bowl. When the Pro Bowl brought the flag football competition in.
Wait. You like that shit?
Yes.
I don't know, John. What the hell?
Dang. Yeah, it's better than the Pro. It's better than the Pro Bowl because look, dudes don't want to play dudes don't want to hit when they don't want to get hit when they don't have to get hit. That's why the Pro Bowl pretty much got watered down. And then they kept moving it from Hawaii to here to there and everywhere. So, but with the All-Star game, all they got to do is just play and play any amount of defense, and everyone will be invested. Everyone still loves the 3-point shootout. I mean, the skills competition is whatever, and the dunk contest is trash.
It is trash. It's very much so trash. The dunk contest. Yeah. I mean, even the locations. Like 1 year it was in Utah.
It was 2 years ago. Last year was in Milwaukee.
Who the hell?
The last year was
in Ohio last year.
No,
It was Ohio
Cleveland.
last year. Yeah, it was
Indianapolis. It was in. I do know that it was in Indianapolis
You're
last
right.
year.
It was in Indy last year. The year before that was in Utah. The year before that was in Cleveland because they was making a big deal. The 75 when they did the 75th anniversary team, it was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because obviously the big story was LeBron coming back to playing in the All-Star game in Cleveland. And obviously the year before that was the pandemic year when they weren't even supposed to have an All-Star game, but they had to do it because they had to cater to TNT for losing money because they're not having for lack of content.
Yeah, they're not going. COVID or not, they gotta appease the ads. Get that money. They gotta get money. I'm just saying, the venues. I think we should. Here's one thing, right? For the All-Star game, I think that the All-Star game should only be hosted in major cities that are, I don't know, that pull attraction. It should be the same thing with Super Bowl. Super Bowl should only be hosted in major cities. We talk about Vegas, Miami. I would say New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, Los Angeles. Yes, it should be though. It should just be a spin the wheel on them cities only, because when you start talking about hosting in other cities, nobody wants to go to Kodak, Chicago in February. That is just unbearably cold. Utah, I mean, the mountains are beautiful, but what is there to do outside of just the All-Star game? Just walk around, peruse the mountains,
Talk to the Mormons.
I was gonna say that, but I was gonna leave that out. I mean, I'm sure Utah might have something great, but stick it in Vegas.
I'll give you my ignorant fan take now. So, like, and first problem is I hate them all. NHL, MLB, NBA, and the Pro Bowl, they all suck because they don't matter for shit. For years, the baseball had the best because it determined home field advantage in the World Series. Now, John is a Dodge. You hated that? I loved it.
That actually made sense.
I hated it because there was some years when the Dodgers had the best record and they didn't have because I hate it because what if I have the best? What am I playing for to have number one seed then if I can't have it in the championship?
That's why you win the All-Star game.
That's why the All-Star game matters. That's why the All-Star game matters. Some of the best All-Star games.
That's why I hated it, Cody, because number one, if I'm trying to be the number one seed and my goal is to win a championship and get to the World Series, you gonna tell me a team that got like 5 or 10 less wins are gonna have home field because somebody else in the American League hit a home run off somebody in the All-Star game?
Yeah, because when you have the number one seed, you already got home field all the way to the NLCS, the NLCS, all the way over to the World Series.
I just think it needs to matter for something. Because then nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't care about them because they don't matter, right? Like the Pro Bowl has never mattered for anything. The skills challenge, absolutely. Bring back the shit from the early 2000s and 90s. You got that we watched in Hawaii where they're throwing the balls with the paint on them and that shit. I loved that. The game, I could give or take. The flag football, I could give or take. Like literally, I don't care. If we're gonna do this, let's throw the stakes together. Bitch, this is how we're going to determine who's playing in the Olympics in 2028. The best four, like, this is your audition for the flag football team for the 2028 Olympics. Do something and make it matter, because I am the ginormous football fan. But as soon as this regular season's over, I could give a shit less about the Pro Bowl. I'm ready on to the Super Bowl. And as soon as that's over, I'm firing up the UFL now. So it's like, and then basketball, this 600 points shit, like, come on. I don't care.
Yeah.
That shit's annoying. NBA already pisses me off with nobody plays defense enough anyway. And then watch the game that's supposed to be the marquee that's outside of the playoffs. Don't nobody care about that shit. That's why they have this NBA Cup now, because it's another spot that they can make a money cash grab in the middle of the season, because we're just going to throw some clown show out here for the All-Star game. So I don't know, man. They could take or leave the shit. They could just not have it, and I would be totally fine in every sport.
But that's why The
He got
NBA
voted
is
in good enough.
the NBA is tanking right now because the views are down. I mean, nobody really cares about the in-game tournament. I personally don't care about the in-game tournament. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even watch the NBA until it starts getting to like April, May, when the playoffs are starting to ramp up, because it's just a bunch of like nothingness going on. And two, the lack of all-stars that are there. It's like we're dwindling down. It's going to start with LeBron once he retires, and then it's going KD, and then we talking about Chris Paul, and we talk about Steph, and then the lack of recognition for a all-star in the NBA is going down along with the ratings. Nobody's playing defense. There's no mid-range. There's no mid-range game. There's no post-up anymore. The rules are indicative of what it used to be back in the Jordan era in the early 2000s, and when LeBron was just starting in the game. It's none of that. You got 7'5" cats hitting 3-point shots. Why are you not in the paint? I get so pissed off when I see Wembanyama hit a fucking 3-point shot and not in the paint, and then he's serving it to himself in the backboard. I'm like, bro, it's a whole lot. And I'm with KD, it's trash, but there's a lot that's going on with in the NBA that needs to be fixed, especially the way that the NBA is even being dispersed in distribution. We talk about, where the hell are you even going to watch it at? That's a bigger issue. You got NBA everywhere. It's on HBO. And I don't know if anybody has an HBO. I have an HBO membership. So I'm like, why is that?
It's on my
yes.
Mac.
You can watch games on Mac. Like, come on. This is the reason. This is a part of the reason why the viewership is going down, because it's everywhere. And you know, you're not counting the legal streams. That's a thing. More people are going to.
Do they have games coming to Netflix this year, just like football too, right?
Yes. And that's
They're
the
going to
issue.
Prime Video. Prime.
Oh, Prime.
Amazon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Prime,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm thinking about football, because Netflix gets
Texans and Chiefs this weekend. I mean, on Christmas. And
RG3's hosting it, or RG3's commentating on it. So yeah,
he's gonna be in studio. They're actually doing it from the NFL Network studios out here.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad at KD for his take. I don't personally myself
everybody
care
just
for
hates
it.
on KD.
Yeah,
So
because KD did a
KD
bitch thing.
Accounts.
That's what I'm saying. He just did a bitch thing. Like, when you talk about, like, everybody can say something about LeBron, and they can say whatever they want about LeBron in terms of him going to South Beach. And first of all, he went to South Beach with a three knee surgery Dwayne Wade, and still dominated. And KD went to a super team. You went to the ops. I can see if LeBron went to Boston, but KD, you went directly to your ops after they just won a super. You can't respect that. I can't respect
After
that.
you blow a series lead against them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I hate to go off on a tangent, but yeah, KD is just, people hate him. I can look past it and just be objective. Objectively, the All-Star game has been trash. It's been trash for the past 5 or 6 years. Nobody's really cared about it. But the NBA got bigger issues than KD saying this. It's just, bro, we gotta figure something out. Streamline, package deal.
Ass motherfucking Jimmy GM that got to the problem is Adam Silver.
What he's
he's the problem.
Adam.
I don't think.
You don't think so?
Why is he the problem?
I just don't like the guy in general. I know he wants to bring more to the game. I just don't. Again, I'll be to get off my. I'll show my gray and my beard. You know, like it's not David Stern. So to hell with him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. I liked David Stern's era back in the day of basketball. David Stern sucked as a person,
but he kept everything in check, though. We wouldn't have the John Morant's.
Yeah.
Hold on now. A lot of this started near the end of David Stern's reign. Let's be clear now.
Well, what started, John? Hold on. What started?
He lost some MPHs on his fastball after the mountains. Let's slow down now.
Yeah.
Let's not go. And let's not even forget about him suspending Amari Stoudemire on that BS because he took one step onto the court, which when the Suns played the Spurs. I mean, he lost some MPHs on his fastball too. Yes, he's arguing to me he's the greatest commissioner ever, but he lost some MPHs, and especially with the Chris vetoing the Chris Paul trade. And I'll never forget. God rest his soul. I would never forgive that.
I never understood that.
I never understood it either.
and I still don't. This is the deal. They took ownership. They seized ownership from the whatever the Hornets at the time, and now the Pelicans before Trail's ownership in New Orleans. The Bensons bought them. So this is right after the lockout. They got the CBA ratified. Everything's going down. All the owners are in New York. But Mitch and Jim Buss are back here in LA while Jeannie's in New York because she represents the Lakers. And they're finalizing the Chris Paul trade. And then rumors, and then there was this, they said there was like this roar in the room about, okay, we're supposed to be saving money and trying to prevent super teams, but how the heck did Chris Paul just end up getting traded to the Lakers? And then Jeannie gets on the phone with Mitch, and Jim was like, people are here, did y'all just acquire Chris Paul? And she was like, yeah. Every owner in here is not happy right now. Y'all need to try to bring it down, keep it on the low for right now. That was at 3:00 that afternoon LA time. I was listening to the Mason Ireland show. At 6:00, the trade was vetoed.
Okay, so one thing you got to respect on David Stern. David Stern understood the semantics and how to move stuff around. It might have not been the most popular thing outside, but he did. If my history recalls me, he did save the NBA back in the 80s. Did he not?
No, I'm saying that's why he's my favorite commissioner. That's why I think he's the greatest commissioner of all time, because he understood where things were going.
I think almost of any sport.
Yes.
Of any sport.
He did save the NBA.
At least the American Big Four.
Yes. He saw that when the NBA, when he took over in 84, which happened to be the year Jordan got drafted, he ended up, the NBA was still on tape delay. He got the NBA off tape delay, and that's how we get to see the Lakers and the Celtics rivalry. Then obviously the Jordan era comes in, and then obviously the Shaq and Kobe era comes in, and then the LeBron era is here. And but he was not the most popular guy. He was not, and he did a lot of things. He ruled with an iron fist. Granted, but he still worked for the owner, so they let him rule. They gave him a little bit more leniency than they do Adam Silver. But Adam Silver pretty much was right there under his wing for 30 years, so he got to see it up close and personal.
Isn't Adam Silver
an attorney? Why did the whole Donald Trump thing went through so smooth? That would have been a David Stern type move.
Adam Silver's a little too loose for me in terms of like regulation, and then it's just all over the place. I kind of miss David Stern because we wouldn't have discipline situations if David, like, listen, like, we talking about a David Stern who got on AI's ass, and AI was having issues, but it got corrected quick. In today's NBA, bro, we talking about you would be out of the NBA regardless of your superstardom for the shit that they're doing today, and getting away with. Adam Silver, like, come on, bro. Like, it was that whole John Morant saga.
David Stern banned from the league, KC.
You said what?
Outside the malice, name me something serious that David Stern banned from the league. He never kicked nobody out the league.
I'm not saying he did. I'm saying that the shit that's going on today would never play out the way it has. You like, come on, bro.
What are you technically saying?
I'm saying that we're not getting. You said it yourself. He ruled with an iron fist. Do you think the John Morant saga alone by itself would have played out if David Stern was still the commissioner?
He'd still be in the league. He would have got the same.
Fuck no. Are you serious? Hell no. No.
Dude.
No.
They had players doing drugs and carrying guns. Come on. He didn't kick Gilbert out the league. What are we talking about?
Bro,
Gilbert brought guns in the locker room. He didn't kick him out the league.
How many was Gilbert given 2 chances or 3 chances or 4 chances?
He suspended him once.
For what? For the guns, just for the guns. It wasn't. Was Gilbert a habitual offender?
The Grizzlies sat him down.
Answer this question, John. Was Gilbert an habitual offender?
Dude, go back to him doing the finger. He was doing the same stuff John Morant was doing. It just got caught up because he ended up bringing a gun in the locker room.
that by
He was
itself,
doing all the finger guns and stuff with the Wizards. That was his trademark.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, the David Stern is not no 2-3 chances. That's it. Of course. When everything that happened during the David Stern was nuance. The Malice in the Palace, nuance. Gilbert Arenas bringing guns in the locker room. That shit is nuance. It happened as it happened. It wasn't a repeat thing. It wasn't a repeat.
I think it also boils down to time and place that we are in society as well. So I think that has something to do with it too. So
if this was social media, if the social media age was around when Gil did that, it'd be the same thing.
Oh, it'd be a lot of players out if social media existed. Jordan would probably be one of them. Like,
nah, hell no. Oh, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't.
Not out, but like it would be some issues. Not out. I can't say Jordan to be out. I'm just in terms of my hot take for David Stern, I prefer David Stern more than what's going on.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think you're right. I think he's a better commissioner. I said it. He's the GOAT when it comes to commissioners. Roger gets.
Yeah, I always said the Adam Silver should be a little bit more stricter because the whole, like the same thing you said, KC, when that whole John Morant came out, John knows me and a couple of other people, we kept saying David Stern would never. Like David Stern would never let that happen. The whole, like, he would have gotten at least a lengthy suspension than the suspension the Adam Silver gave him. The whole Draymond Green thing, repeat offender, like stomp on the dude's chest, choking the dude out. There's no way David Stern will allow those type of assaults to keep happening.
I don't know.
Look at the era they played in. Look at the era.
I was about to say the 90s. They was doing everything.
Rodman did kick a cameraman in the nuts. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they was pretty vicious.
Charles Oakley and Barkley were throwing hands like we just was tripping over the other day with Jordan Clarkson. But I know but I get what Trail was saying. But I do get what Trail was saying though.
The Jordan Clarkson thing was funny. That was funny as hell.
It's like, guys, I hate to say this, but I have got to bounce.
All right.
I got to bounce. I gotta go run some errands. So, like I told you, I just got back from vacation, so I got to bounce. And I appreciate y'all having me on. Know that I can get to all the topics, and I started one of my own. So, but I appreciate it, and I will catch y'all later on. All right.
All right. This is my guy Cody. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Ballers and Briefs. Make sure you guys go check them out. Enjoy your holiday. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad and all that. You know.
Yeah. See y'all later. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
All right. And there were 3. Okay, guys. So we were talking about commissioners.
Yeah. I get what y'all guys are saying, but I do. But to John Morant, I'm gonna say this: whoever got to him, and I don't think it was Adam Silver. I think somebody else got to him, and he's straightened himself out. I think Zebo. I think they done went and called some of them OG Grizzlies, and who are from the hood. They done called like the Tony Allens, the Zach Randolphs. Them type of dudes, and probably told him, you don't want this smoke.
Not at all.
And I know this because Zach Randolph used to hang out in the projects out here.
Oh, in LA?
Mm-hmm. But he was with the Clippers. There was stuff about him hanging out in the Nickersons.
Yeah, I don't get that, but hey, you know, it be what it be.
AI did it too. I mean, some dudes need that. They go to here because they feel like if they give a certain dude X amount of cash, they have a certain amount of protection that can get them through certain parts of the city that they really know they shouldn't be in.
Checking in. Basically, that's what it is. Checking in.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Checking in. Okay, I got you. No, I mean, I've heard the stories about AI going to the hood, being in the hood. I've heard the stories about Mike Vick going to the hood. I'm like, oh, okay. I just never understood it, but you know, you giving back. As long as they giving back, I've heard people don't like all-stars donating to the hood, giving out toys, book bags. Marshawn Lynch is one of those too. He goes back to the Bay.
Yeah.
Gives back all the time.
All the time, every year.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch has done that countless of times. Even in Buffalo, I've heard he's gone to some of the poorest areas and give back. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as you being productive with it. But if you're just going out there just to parlay and just I gotta make my name out there, and then that's totally stupid. I never would have understood.
You're trying to slide somewhere, then that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that didn't make no sense. But my argument stands, John, with the commissioner.
But you know what?
Yeah, man.
We all know. We all have our take. But David Stern to me was the greatest commissioner of all time, and I think a lot of these people need to read. I don't know if he ever wrote any books, because they need to read it. Roger Goodell, Rob Manfred definitely, because golly, he makes Roger Goodell look like Jesus.
Well, let me ask you a question. So, do you think the NBA's decline would be rebounded if David Stern was still here, or still as a commissioner?
I think he would have found some way to try to, because obviously remember when he came into the NBA, tape delay, huge drug problems. He would have found some way, and this is where Adam Silver is going to have to find his way now. You've been on the job.
He's trying. The man is trying. Yeah.
He's been on the job 10 years. It's not his fault that everybody wants to beat Steph Curry. He wants to put out a decent product for the owners that he's working for and for his fans. He ain't his fault. He ain't telling everybody to try to be Wemby and shoot threes. Everybody wants to be a copycat. That ain't Adam Silver's fault. That's the game's fault.
Yeah.
That is the game's fault. Yeah. But he can dictate some of the rules to kind of, I don't know.
Where you going? I know where you're going.
You know what I mean? Maybe we can change a few rules so we can get back to that familiar basketball versus what we have today. 200, 300 point games is ridiculous to me. I just don't like it. I love seeing games where the score for each team is under 99. That means there was actual or they were just stinking up and not shooting anything.
Well, they was talking about that.
All these fouls is ruining the defense.
They're because they don't play straight man to man now. They don't want to go through picks. They basically try to move, cut off the pick, go over here. I'm trying to say they don't run through the pick and roll. They basically switch up. Everybody switches on defense instead of just staying strictly man to man.
Yeah, that I hate it. I hate the way where the NBA is going. Hopefully we can. I don't know. I hate to be pessimistic, but hopefully it'll rebound with some solidified all-stars or just maybe some rule changes, maybe a few rule changes.
Ooh,
go back.
I'm glad you brought that up, Casey, because me and Trell had this discussion maybe about a couple weeks ago. So
what?
We was talking about when you were talking about. I was telling you the ticket prices for the in-season tournament. So at the in-season tournament,
yeah,
that you could have got into the game Saturday for $30.
Really?
Yes. You could have got in the championship game Tuesday for $40. You could basically got into all three of those games from Saturday and Tuesday for under $100.
While last year when LeBron was in the tournament, it would have cost you bills to get in that bitch. Thousands of bills.
And this is where when you brought up earlier, Casey, about who's going to be next star. We had this discussion on Tuesday. Me, Mark, and Nick had a discussion on Tuesday. We're trying to figure out who's next. Is it who's going to be the next guy? Everyone's saying Anthony Edwards, but when LeBron and Steph and KD are gone, who's going to take the mantle? I know everyone wants to push for Ant-Man and Giannis, but they don't have that charisma that's going to carry them to be. I mean, they're marketable people, but they don't have. I don't think they have that
Arturo Gomez
that
says,
charisma, that it factor where
Penix.
You see Anthony Edwards or Giannis Antetokounmpo on a marquee, I'm running out to go get tickets. They run out to go get tickets for LeBron James. They run out to go get tickets for Steph Curry. They're running out to go get tickets for Kevin Durant. They were running out to go get tickets for James Harden. They obviously they need to find a guy who's going to take this league into the next decade. In Magic and Bird ticket from the old school with the Lakers and Celtics. Jordan took it from them. Shaq and Kobe took it from them.
LeBron.
Kobe, then it was Kobe by himself.
They got
Then it was LeBron, and it's been LeBron.
If Ant's gonna be marketable, they got to get him out of Minnesota because Minnesota's not a great market for anything. That's just what it is. And the same thing kind of for Ja Morant. I mean, Memphis has done good, but Ja Morant needs to go to a bigger market. If you're going,
Stephen A. always brings up jokes. I mean, I know we don't talk too much Stephen A. But he always brings it up when obviously Grizzlies are hot right now. You still see more pictures of Elvis in Memphis than you see of John Morant. And I got family from Tennessee, so I can vouch.
Yep.
My dad's whole family, my whole side of my dad's family's from Memphis. There people still talk more about Elvis and BB King than they do John Morant.
And that's a problem. They got to move. It's the market. It's solely the market. If you can, I've said this from the jump, from like the second year Ant was in the league. I say he doesn't need to stay in Minnesota. I've heard other NBA players say the same exact thing and share the same sentiment that I've said. It is a sucky market. Nobody wants to. Matter of fact, Minnesota has blackout dates, if I can recall, for a majority of their teams because nobody wants to watch Minnesota in any market.
Wasn't Cleveland like that too when they had LeBron? But somehow, I mean, I granted no one's LeBron James, but isn't Cleveland like that too?
What, blackout dates? A blackout market?
As far as like a shitty non-marketing city.
At some point, Cleveland was, but Cleveland still has a rich sports history. And you talk about and talking about they've won stuff, or they have superstars there. And two, not just Cleveland, Ohio, the state of Ohio, it hosts the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? So it's a different thing versus Minnesota. Where what do you equate Minnesota to when you think about Minnesota? Cold as fuck. Nothing really outside of maybe Randy Moss, the Twins. What else? Prince. Okay, Prince, Lake Minnetonka. I mean, that's it. It's not sports. It's not a sports market, and it's it'll get the death treatment just like Jacksonville. Jacksonville has a bunch of blackout dates at some point. Back in the day, hell, Tampa Bay used to get blackout dates too. In terms of like, we don't need to have y'all on TV all the time. We don't even care about having you guys on TV, on television, or having the game televised. And Ant just needs to leave. If you really want to save the NBA, make a team go up for Ant. I said the same shit about Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard waited until he was at the end of his prime to leave Portland. Why? And I got crucified for this. I made a public statement, and people were calling me all kinds of dumbasses, stupid, Dame will never leave. And I said, man, one, you guys don't even know this, man. Two, that market is shitty. Three, the franchise is shitty. The franchise don't want to get him no help. Nobody wants to go there.
Why do you think LeBron left? they Cleveland didn't want to give him any help, so he's like, all right, I'll just go somewhere else.
Good at Amari Stoudemire. They chose J.J. Hickson.
Bro, it's just the market. NBA got to start forcing these teams to get the perennial all-star. It shouldn't be no reason why Ant is doing what he's doing in Minnesota. If he was in Atlanta, L.A., New York, Cat's in New York. We don't care about Cat being in New York for real because Cat ain't really a showstopper, but
that guy,
it's still a mover. You know what I mean? But I digress from this topic. I can go on.
Zion, get Zion out of New Orleans too.
Yeah, Zion needs to get his fat ass on a treadmill.
Here's the thing. Now that you go to the next topic, KC. I mean, he really want to be in New York. I mean, I heard the reports are the Pelicans were ready to clean house with everyone, probably except for I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming maybe CJ McCollum. They want to clean house with BI and probably DeJounte Murray and Zion. Yeah. But Zion all this time he want to be. He dumped his agent because he didn't want to go to New York. I mean, because he been telling them he wants to be a Knick. But what the hell you think the New York City streets gonna do to a country nigga like you?
They gonna eat him up. It's gonna be scrutiny. He's gonna get scrutinized 10 times harder than what he is in New Orleans. Stephen A. is gonna give him the Dallas Cowboy treatment if he goes to New York. And it ain't good. It's a spotlight that you do not want on you because you're in a prime city.
Yeah.
Everything gonna be scrutinized.
Unless he actually gonna go to New York and actually hit the treadmill and lift the weights and stay off the food. I mean, unless that's his game plan.
Stay away from the porn stars.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 10 times worse. They're gonna know how to target him. The women in New York are 10 times worse than what the women are in New Orleans. You can't do nothing. You can't help this man. It is, and that's a great segue from women on to our next topic, Travis Hunter.
Oh God!
Whoa!
That's a great segue. Oh man, what a great segue there, Travis Hunter. Our topic. I'm actually going to. It's a two-pronged topic. So the first topic was about him and his girlfriend. The next one is about him versus Genty. But we're gonna do with the girlfriend first. Hey, listen, man. Hey, I am a big Travis Hunter fan. I want that young man to succeed.
Me too.
But I want him to understand, bro. Nobody is trying to attack you personally. We're just trying to help you out from heartache. But I understand. It's like you kind of walk in the narrow line, like, bro, like you just gotta let him do the stupid shit he's doing. But the girlfriend's not helping. The 8-minute fucking video. Come on, bro. The 8-minute video.
Right.
Dog, media training.
We also trying to save his wallet, because if he gets married and he winds up dumping her, what do you think she gonna do? Take his shit.
John, what's the they're getting married in Tennessee. John, you a Tennessee traveler. Why are they getting married in Tennessee? What's the rules in Tennessee?
I have zero clue why they're getting married.
Shotgun wedding.
Dude, man, I don't know why he choose Tennessee. I mean, Kel, he don't even know where he's gonna be playing football, man, unless you just know for a fact you're going to the Titans. Unless you just know you're going to the Titans, but maybe that's where he wants to set up, a foundation, when he's not in the city that he is normally. Like, obviously, I know Derrick Henry moved to Texas. I know he's in Baltimore, but he lives in Texas in all season. So maybe he just figures Tennessee, probably Nashville. I'm assuming he's going to be somewhere in like Memphis or Nashville.
She picked
because obviously he likes the fish. He a country dude.
She
so
picked
might
it.
Just want to be.
She picked it.
Well, she picked it.
She picked it.
No, I have nothing.
She picked it.
Hey, ain't John Morant playing in Memphis?
John Morant's not a sniper like that. He ain't sniping nothing like that.
He ain't saying job. I'm talking about her, but I get. He ain't talking about job.
She can't be trusted. She can't be trusted.
She picked the venue. She picked the state. It didn't make sense. I looked at everything else. I checked it out. I said,
the wedding's in Tennessee.
The wedding is in Tennessee.
Maybe that's just where they want it. Maybe just where they want. I guess it's a destination wedding. I don't know
why Tennessee. There's like a billion other spots than Tennessee.
She got to have some type of family in Tennessee or something. Her mom or dad or something. Got to be out there. I have zero clue why you would want to go get married in Tennessee. Nothing against Tennessee. My family's home state, but there has to be a specific reason, and I have no idea.
There's no reason for him. Hey, listen, man. Listen, Travis, bro. Do what you do. Just be smart. I said it in one clip. Prenup. I don't know what y'all relationship is like. Everybody's relationship is different. I don't know. You might be the one that might need it, like help. I don't know. All I know is you need to protect yourself because you are a $50 million person at this point. Like your trajectory is super high, so you need to protect yourself at all times. I
still think you need to drop the ball on that. I still think you dropped the ball on that. But go ahead, Casey.
I'm just saying, like at this point in time, there are classes in the NFL and really all facets of sports about this type of stuff. When you come into this type of money, what kind of predators, and that's women, men, that's whoever that'll come at you 100 miles per hour looking for something, and you won't know how to identify it until it happens. And then if it happens again, I've heard too many stories about athletes in general going broke, getting all their money taken away from them just because they didn't realize that the person on the other side of them was a leech or their family was a leech. Bro, it happens quite too often. And you really can't even talk to him because it's just like the young mindset. How everybody was at 22, 23 years old. We weren't trying to hear nothing. So that's what it is. It's just.
Hopefully the benefits of having Prime as a father figure in his life, in his ear, is like, telling him, hey, take it from me. I've been married multiple times. Look, if you gonna stick with it, protect your wallet. Because girls like that, I don't trust them. Because they made a thing about it on social media, how she put like a heart emoji or something.
Oh, that was
on,
NBA
Anthony
Centel.
Edwards.
It wasn't real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Bow Wow did a whole thing.
Say.
I was like, Bow Wow, come on, bro. You got Centel. Don't do that. Don't get caught up. But it's just now it's just open up the floodgates for everybody to go in and say something. It's just like, bro, if I'm dealing with a chick, I'm gonna tell her, don't say nothing. Shut up. Let them speculate, and we go about our business. Because now everybody's in your business. It's the internet, but this is
I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But this is the day and age we live in. Because if your relationship's public, guess what's commentary on it is going to be public. You gotta take the good with the bad and the ugly. It is what it is.
And plus, all the hoes can see it too. Like, oh, he got problems. Hey, let me
Slide in them DMs.
Right in the DMs. Right in the DMs. It ain't going. I'm just, man. Come on, man. But moving past that, it is what it is. We can beat a dead horse. It's been beat all week. Ashton Genty voiced his opinion. You know who Ashton Genty is, the running back from Boise State who broke some records. There was a statement. I'm not sure exactly what the statement was. He felt like he should have won the Heisman. Some other people felt like he should have won the Heisman. It wasn't synonymous. Everybody had their own little takes on it. But I say that to say this, brother. You were playing in the Mountain West Conference. That's all I need to say. You got 2,500 yards in the Mountain West Conference. What else is there to say? What else is there to say? In the Mountain West Conference?
I really wish Mark and Nick were here because we've had this debate about it. Because they thought Genty should have won, but they didn't have no problem with Travis winning because we and you talked about it, Casey, numerous times since when I've been on your show.
Yes.
I had Travis winning. I know Trail had Travis winning. But if it would have went to Genty, I wouldn't have been shocked because obviously we're seeing what's going on with the NFL with the resurgence of running backs.
Yep.
But I mean, with Travis, we all knew this was going to Travis. To me, I knew it was Travis's from the last month or so. Genty, what he's doing is great because we never see somebody come close to Barry Sanders' all-purpose record, and he's probably going to break it during the college football playoffs. But like you said, he's in the Mountain West, and granted, he put up some big numbers, and obviously they had that one game against Oregon. He balled out that game, but they still lost. But they gave it to the right guy. I had no problem with
They gave it to the right guy. And I'm not discrediting the yards. I'm just saying, brother, you gotta if you were to do that, let's say if Genty had the same exact stats in the Big Ten, SEC, it'd have been no doubt. I'd have been like, yeah, it need to go to him. Because doing that in the level of competition in those conferences, to get that off is a feat that none of us have never seen.
Mm-hmm.
But you're talking about you're doing that on Boise State. And Boise State, I mean, if I can recall, quarterbacks have thrown over 5,000 yards easily in those conferences. So, I mean, you got to do something that defines or redefines something or do something that hasn't been done in 20 years. Travis Hunter did it. The last person to do something similar to what Travis Hunter did is Charles Woodson. That's the closest thing we can compare it to. Charles Woodson. And you know he's a Hall of Famer. Travis blew it out the park. I'm just saying, like, there is no, bro, you can't be mad, bro. I mean, I did see one vote or one count where they were like, Genty won the popular vote on that, but I was like, that's Travis, man. The voters knew who they were going for from the jump.
Yeah.
From the absolute jump.
I agree.
If
he was doing that in Miami, if he was doing that in Tennessee, if he was doing that in LSU, it'd be on a brighter stage, more networks, more prime time. They would have been like, oh damn, all right. Then there would have been a tighter race on between him and Travis.
I think he would have won it, honestly.
And I wish Mark and Nick were here because they made the argument where if you put Genty on Colorado, they're probably winning the Big 12. But if you put Travis in Boise State, I don't think they win the Mountain West.
Yeah, he wouldn't have the same numbers properly.
I think I don't know. I think Travis would accumulate the same numbers.
If he did, would anyone care? If he did, would anyone care because he's in Boise State?
I think nobody would really care, but how far would they go? They're in the playoffs. I think it'd still be the same result. Playoffs.
Right.
Now, how far they go in the playoffs, it just really all depends, and who they're up against. If you see, we're gonna see how this college playoffs turn out to be with Boise State and Indiana and and Oregon, who's number one. I would have never thought that Oregon would have gotten this far as number one.
It's been like what 30 years or since Mariota they've been that relevant.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Mariota was like that was like 2015 when he went in the draft. Him and Jameis went 1 and 2. So yeah, right at the beginning of the the playoff era was the last time Oregon was ranked this high.
Crazy. All right, anybody has any hot takes on this? Any?
Trevor?
Yeah.
Just protect yourself at all times, man. Look, man, he'll learn. But keep his shit off social media.
He has a good head on his shoulders. It's just the woman issue is he need to
keep the shit off social media.
Have eyes on the back of his head.
Keep the stuff on social media. Learn to keep stuff in house. I know Prime that told you that.
Yeah.
I know Prime at least told you that. Keep it in house. Nobody cares.
Yeah, him and his girl need to have a talk about what to say online and on your lives and all this stuff. I mean, she didn't have to go through like story time. Oh, he took me to a party and he waited outside. And like,
that fucking story time was so nasty. I was like, why are you talking about this shit? Shut up, Travis. Get her out. Like, bro. Why is it necessary that we gotta overshare on the internet, bro? Shut up. Nobody needs to know that I sat in the car and waited for you like a simp while you came from out of party. That shit makes him look crazy.
Makes him look weak as hell.
Golly, like shut up. Like it don't need all that. Like it's just, and I know he doesn't care, but it's the internet, bro. He's gonna. You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave off this topic because we got one more. He posted a picture with him and his girlfriend on Instagram. I follow Travis. It's getting to him because he blocked off the comments on 2 pictures. He blocked off the comments with her when he posted her. I was like, it's clearly getting to you. Just take her off. Just put her to the side. Out of sight, out of mind, bro. That's it. Plain and simple. And me personally, if I was in his position, I wouldn't even want to date a girl that got social media. You can't handle social media, or you can't talk about us. I'd be incognito like a mug. You wouldn't. Yeah, man.
I wouldn't even. People wouldn't even know I was in a relationship.
Yeah, you see what Shador and Shiloh doing. You don't know what they doing. They Shador could be knocking down the whole Colorado.
Only time you know what they do. Only time you know what they're doing if there's video footage of them at a Lil Wayne concert or something. That's the only time you know what the Sanders boys are up to, or they vlog it on YouTube.
That's it. That's it.
Shador always been a nigga who been about the chicks, man. I mean, when I used to watch when Deion had his reality show on Oprah's network, I watched. They said Shador was the one that was in the club bagging the most. He was the youngest. He's the youngest. It wasn't Shiloh wasn't really out there like
prime. He prime junior, dog.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree, man.
Was up there bagging the chicks when he going to the little teenage clubs. He was the one getting all the numbers.
I'm just,
man, on the whole block.
I'm saying he doing it quietly. He like, he off to the side. You ain't gonna know what's going on. That's. Plus, Shador got so much going. Like it's already projected for Shador. It's already set up for him. It's nothing else. But I digress. All right, good people. We dragged long enough. We got the last topic. Patrick Mahomes. I know a lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him. He's slated to play.
I respect him.
He's slated to play with the high ankle sprain. I want to get your guys' hot takes on this. Let me know. What do you guys think? Should he play or should he not play?
I would sit him, but I get why they're playing him. He said he's, and it was like I heard like Stephen A. and Cam Newton was talking about it this morning. He's Michael Jordan. He's gonna tell. You're not gonna tell Patrick Mahomes you're not playing. He's gonna tell you when he's playing. So LeBron does the same thing. I expected Brady probably did this too. So I'm not shocked he's playing. Full participant. They're getting Hollywood Brown back for the first time this season.
Yep.
So they want to try to see if they can build a rapport with him and Xavier and Worthy, and probably see if they can have some speed on the outside with both of them. And I would have sat him till Christmas. But like Trell said, they need that number one spot. So I get it. I get it. And Trell mentioned this. We talked about it this morning at work. He was basically said it. He's been very good, and if you notice, he's been very good at making sure he don't put himself in danger when he's dealt with these ankle injuries in the past. So I don't think we should be surprised that he's going to be protecting himself at all times tomorrow afternoon when they play the Texans.
It's a very dangerous game because I can remember that first time he got his ankle sprain. What was that, like when they was in the playoffs versus Jacksonville?
Yeah,
and he gutted it out. I was like, bro, sit down. And they had Chad Henne as a backup. Wasn't Chad Henne the backup?
Yeah, when Mahomes came back in, but they was like, no, they're gonna go to Chad Henne, and Chad Henne closed out the game for him.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's no urgency to come back. Honestly, you guys are set up. You're 13-1. If you're just trying to jock for position to get that bye, I don't think it's worth it to sacrifice your golden goose. It don't make sense. And you got a shitty line on top of that. Why?
Yeah.
No, I would just override.
If they had home field locked up already, I think they would have either set him or at least, to John's point about playing Hollywood Brown coming back, at least like the first half of the game just to get their report in, and then sit him out the rest of the game. But the number one seed is so close because you got Buffalo behind them.
Yeah,
you still got the Ravens can win out and somehow get in as the number one seed. So it's not safe right now. So plus they've been having way too many close calls on this undefeated run they had for a while. So the way they're playing, they need to have home field, because if they still play like this, going on the road to Buffalo or going on the road to Baltimore, there's a chance, their other team's defense can get hot and actually stop Mahomes, and there goes the chance of three-peating. So they need to lock that up. So I suspect he will play the next coming game. Maybe the last game of the season, they probably sit him out if it's for sure they got home field or they know for a fact they're not getting it.
I honestly I don't even think it's worth home field to sacrifice your quarterback. I mean, I could be wrong. If we're gonna see this Sunday, because bro, it's just a little too risky. Like if he get hurt and somebody lay on that ankle the right way, he's gone. He's gone for the entire season. Hey. Wrap it up.
That's why they play the game. That's the risk of playing the game. He could have been 100% healthy, and then someone could have laid on that ankle and it would have snapped like what happened to Dak Prescott a few years ago. So you never know. So the dude he's a heart of a warrior. Say what they want about Mahomes and the refs on their payroll, stuff like that. You'll never see Mahomes cheat the game. If he has one leg and 9 toes, he'll still play.
That's what's scary. That's what's scary about him. He is a competitor. That you ain't lying. He will play through whatever. He ain't pussy. I think he would have been a great early 2000s quarterback if you ask me. I mean, he got all the same sentiments. He don't care. He's a gamer. even the back and forth when he be playing against the Raiders with what's the defensive end? Why am I drawing the blank? Max Crosby. Max Crosby respects the hell out of him. He messes around, but it's just like, bro, come on, dog. You can't do that with Patrick Mahomes. He's just a gamer, honestly. He's a game changer and a gamer. Just wouldn't. If I'm Andy Reid, I'm like telling the staff, look, I'm telling the GM and the coach, the GM and the owner, just sit him. It's not worth it. That is our franchise right there. It's not worth it.
That's why it's a must win this weekend. Because they get that win, get that close to the number 1 seed. As soon as they lock that up or get in good position, at least the number 2 seed would have at least one home game. Get one of those. Don't play in the last game. Rest them up. Get them ready.
I mean, if we look at it, honestly, it's just Buffalo they got to worry about. And Buffalo has been shaky too with their suspect defense.
Their defense has definitely.
They got some suspect defense. So, I mean, look at whoever's Buffalo's remaining opponents. They could just get in by default the first round bye based off of Buffalo's play. Really, Buffalo the only one that I could worry about because Baltimore's defense. Baltimore's division is tough. They smacking each other. And then the AFC West is like, it is what it is with the AFC West. Right now, below, the Chiefs got that wrapped up.
They already won the division.
Yeah. They always do.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just sit them. Just sit them. Let's just weigh our options on this one. I respect Mahomes too. Not a Mahomes fan, but I'm starting to be. I'm starting to ease on up. Still an Eagles fan, but Mahomes is a tough one. Any hot takes? I'm gonna wrap this one up.
I said it earlier. I think if my Tennessee Vols defeat Ohio State, Ryan Day's getting fired. I think clearly you cannot. Yes, he's got 60 wins, but they have not won a title. He's been there 10 years. He's been there 6 years, 7 years already. They've not won a national title. They haven't won a Big Ten title in 4 years, and Michigan has owned them the last 4 times, and they lose this year with no Harbaugh. No disrespect to Sharon Moore, he's a rookie head coach. They clearly have the more superior talent in Ohio in Columbus this year than they do in Ann Arbor. Because obviously everyone was pretty much gone to the NFL, and so was Harbaugh. There was no excuse for them to only score 10 points on this Michigan team. So I think if we beat them, and if we do it very convincingly, Ryan Day's out of a job, and that's going to be a really hot job for coaches to try to pursue.
Who's going to take that job? Who do you got taking that job? Like, who's available?
I know they keep bringing Mike Vrabel because he was on the staff for a minute and he's a former Buckeye, but I think Mike Vrabel's going to be an NFL coach next year. So if I had to guess, I think they call Deion. I just think they make the call. I don't know if they get him, but I think Ohio State makes the call.
Deion's not.
Obviously, Saban's out, so you're not getting him. But there's going to be coaches out there because when they got Jim Tressel, he came from Youngstown State. So, I don't know. There's really no mark unless you want to try to get Jimbo Fisher to see if Jimbo Fisher's willing to coach in the Big Ten. But he's probably home enjoying the rest of this buyout he getting from A&M right now. So, but I don't know. I don't know who would be, but I think the first person they're gonna call is Deion for sure.
I don't think Deion's leaving Colorado. They just got he's not leaving.
But
Colorado.
I think one more year. I give him one more year, and then maybe I'll see him probably leaving afterwards. Just one more.
Personally, I think he's going to the SEC next year. And I've told this to Trell multiple times. I see him either at Trell's LSU with Trell's LSU Tigers. I could see him at Florida. I keep telling people if Alabama keeps nosediving, they need to call Deion or they need to call Dabo. And he'll be in
I'll call Deion because him and Saban be having them Aflac commercials, so that'd be Deion sticking in.
I guarantee you if he gonna tell them to call him first. And I still don't rule out if Florida State fires Mike Norvell, can they mend that fence? But but more so, I think Deion's going back to Colorado. But if you're Ohio State and you're looking for a coach, you make the call. All he's gonna say is no. You make the call.
Yeah. And plus
wherever
John needs a good
Deion
weekend.
goes, that quarterback is going with him.
So John,
and plus John needs a good weekend in sports.
Definitely.
So
I'm still fuming right now, Casey. We gotta win them. We gotta win tomorrow.
I pulled open Twitter and I looked. I was like, oh, John had to. John, no, at least you know how I felt. I'm at the Miami Hurricane game watching them getting their ass whooped by what the.
Terrell will tell you. I was at SoFi for Chargers Broncos. Terrell will tell you. Ever since they opened SoFi, I've been to. It was the exception of last year. I've been to every Broncos Chargers game. They're 0-3 when I'm there. The one time I didn't go, they won.
John, we on the same street.
Don't beat yourself up, man. Don't beat yourself up because every time the Saints came to town against the Rams, we lose. So I understand.
I'm gonna stop going.
I've been there 3 times.
I'm just saying. I'm 0-2.
It's once every other year. It's been 3 out of the last 4 years with me, Trail. It's been 3 years. It's been a 3-peat, not the 3-peat.
Hey, man. Hey, Casey, my guy John left work yesterday, happy as a clam, like a Boy Scout going to camp.
Look, John had his
Boy Scout going to camp with his hat on.
John laid out his outfit today. Trail.
I had the Shannon Sharp joint already laid out when I got to the crib. Just when
he had it laid out on the bed.
Nigga came to work this morning like his girl cheated on him or something.
Yeah, the big cheat. Her name was Sean Payton. Played like a straight trick, man.
Hey, that's karma for the Russell Wilson shit, man. That's karma. That's all that is.
And that's the irony. That was the game I didn't go to. That was the one that they won. Was last year with Russ. His last start with the Broncos. No, his second to the last start.
Oh my goodness, that was too funny.
They need to watch them games at home, fam.
Hey, I'm no longer going to any Miami Hurricanes game if it's in Atlanta. I'm done because I'm 0-2. Last time I went to Georgia Tech versus Miami, they got their ass whooped. So I was like, I'm not going anymore. I'm good.
No, you gotta go. You gotta make the trip down to the 305 game.
Yeah, I'm going to Miami.
I'm so thrilled.
I gotta go to Louisiana myself. So I'm with you.
I'm gonna try to go to Knoxville. I don't know if it'll be next season, but at least because we got a lot of stuff that me and Trey are working on for Sports Street Wrestling. But probably 26. But for 26, I'm definitely trying to go to Knoxville.
You trying to record out there?
Nah, I'm just gonna go to a Tennessee game.
Oh, okay.
Because I tried to go back in the day before my grandmother passed. I used to go down there to Memphis all the time. I'm thinking, okay, I get down there, maybe I'll find some tickets, and I just borrow my aunt's car and I make the drive because I didn't know how far Knoxville and Memphis were. And then I looked it on the map. That shit was 6 hours. I was like, man, I gotta fly to Knoxville. I gotta fly to Knoxville. That's a drive. That's like the drive from LA to Vegas.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm with you though. I thought you was just talking about going down there to make some content. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some content down there because I'm gonna be getting a lot of pictures and stuff. But I want to go to Tennessee. But I have never been to a University of Tennessee game since I've been a fan. I've been a fan since I was like 13. So so I want to go to Knoxville, but you got to fly into Knoxville. One of the girls we had on our wrestling pod, she lives in East Knoxville. She told me. It's an experience. That's why you got to go to Miami and Trail. Somebody going down to Death Valley. He gonna eventually go to Death Valley one day to go see LSU.
That's a different experience,
bro. Game over there, man. That shit is lit as a motherfucker.
It looked lit. It looked too lit. Like I want to go to I gotta go there too. But just the experience. Because even when they was at Georgia Tech, you should have seen it. That one side was sea of orange, and what pissed me off so bad, I was like, Georgia Tech, you guys aren't even a football school. And they had it rocking like they was a football school. I was like, get the fuck. Anyway, it just pissed me off.
So they said Megatron still has some eligibility. They said Megatron still has some eligibility, huh?
Bruh.
For what, to play?
Man, forget Georgia Tech, bro. I don't even want to talk about them. Trell, what's your hot take, man? What's your hot take?
I don't have any.
You don't got any?
Sports wise, no, I don't have any.
All right, my
I
hot
pretty much
take.
agree with Travis Hunter and everything. So
Here's my hot take, man. And we're gonna lead off on this one. My hot take is the NBA is going to collapse at some point. When? I'm gonna say in the next 5 years, NBA is going to collapse. And when it happens, the WNBA is going to emerge. The WNBA is going to emerge, and we're going to be in a predicament where we're looking at college basketball in the same light. Because right now, college basketball for women is up there, and men's college basketball is in the shitter. I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely in the shitter. So that's my hot take.
yeah,
Even though
I enjoyed the men. I enjoyed the women's March Madness last year. I mean, we had a couple of Sports for You watch along shows while the Final Four was going on with like UConn and watching those games.
We watched the Final Four.
Damn.
We watched the Final Four together, and I still thought that was a bullshit call.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Y'all watched the Final Four.
UConn got hold.
They really did. They called a moving. You don't call that moving screen with that amount of time left in a national semifinal game.
After not calling it all game.
No, you don't do that.
That's crazy. I did watch that game too, but y'all be having one.
The referees just had a referee.
All right, that's my hot take, though. I think we just need to figure something out with the NBA. I'm getting less and less interested.
Simple. Stop shooting threes. It's simple.
Actually, I do got a small take. Kevin Durant needs to stay off Twitter because him and social media has never been his best friend. I mean, the nigga went and got burner accounts to defend his own self.
It's gonna get worse, Trill. It's gonna get worse once he's done playing basketball.
Dude, they got thick skin, man. You see Bron, people say things about Bron all the time. Bron don't pay that shit no mind. Sometimes the dude go 0 dark 30 and disappear from social media for a minute. He ain't got time for it. That dude should. I mean, you earned the criticism by going to Golden State. You was pretty much hired as a LeBron killer, and you did your job. Then you tried to form your own little super group in Brooklyn. How'd that turn out?
Yeah, KD will forever go down as infamous for that whole move. That was just a big whole move. It's just not. It's nothing that you can do to redeem yourself. I ain't taking nothing away from KD as a player, great player, probably most likely Hall of Famer, but
first ballot,
but it's still the biggest whole move in all of sports. Honestly, if we want to be quite frank, that's my hot take. That's the biggest whole move of all of sports. Is you leaving OKC to go to the Ops. That's just sorry, KD. I don't know you personally, bro. Don't come after me. But it's a whole move, the biggest whole move in sports history.
Yeah, and that's the only way he got championship.
The only way you get a championship. Shouldn't even count that ring. That shit below the bubble ring.
Bron been on 3 teams by himself and got 3 rings. That was another shot at John to get one in KC.
We ain't even had no slander. I've been saying people slandering our championship in the bubble, dog. I'm like, we ain't had
man.
That shit below the bubble ring.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna put on that bubble thing, man. Everybody had an option to go to Orlando, and they went.
Oh shit! It's okay.
Everybody had equal playing field, man.
Exactly.
It just so happened to be the Lakers, man.
That's why we took advantage of the situation. We all got healthy at the same damn time.
It's all good. It's all good, John. No worries.
We won.
No frets.
I hate that crap. Oh, the bubble championship was championship. Shut up.
If it's any consolation, I put Giannis' ring right below that shit too. Giannis' ring too.
And let me be clear: had the Lakers not broken up their team and they started the season when they were supposed to, we would have went back to back. That's another hot take. Because to be honest, they weren't supposed to start the season before Christmas. They were supposed to start the season on MLK Day. But they just couldn't leave that Christmas. They just couldn't avoid missing that Christmas money. So that's why you had games the week before the game started the week before Christmas. Because obviously our teams were the ones in the finals. They only had less than 90 days to recover.
Yeah, that's true.
The season was originally supposed to start on MLK Day, with everything that was going on in our country and still is to this day. The season was going to start on MLK Day, but just like we was talking about with the All-Star game, they had to please those TV sponsors like because ESPN has the Christmas package, so they had to make sure they had the games on Christmas. It was the same thing with TNT with the All-Star game. They weren't supposed to have an All-Star game, but it was like, let's just put it in Atlanta because that's where Turner Studios is. That's where TNT Studios is, and we're gonna have like just do everything all in the same day. 3-point contest, dunk contest, and then the game.
Got to appease Big Daddy. Got to appease Big Daddy ads. Hey, man.
That was it.
Got to. Sorry.
That was it.
I don't care about y'all national holiday.
It was like, no, we're going to have a game on Christmas.
It is.
People died. Hey, watch basketball.
That's it. That's all we could do. That's all we could do at the time. I probably was just getting buried back to work at this time right when the season started. But they had to do what they had to do because obviously that was the only way they was getting income was through TV.
Hey,
who? There's a video of Travis Hunter right now. You got that playing on KC?
It's on the stream. You look on the YouTube stream. You look on the YouTube
stream.
Stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the clips, the B-roll. All right, well, fellas, this was a great show. Wow, I am very, very ecstatic about how this show turned out. I want to thank everybody that joined. Trell, John, at this point, you a part of the KC Sports Show. I don't even know why I'm thanking you at this point. All you do is come in here and plug your shit, and really, you a part of like 3 shows, motherfucker. What you trying to collect, motherfucker? Like what the hell?
We out here working. You got an open invitation to Sports for You, and I don't know how much you get down on the wrestling talk, but you can get down with Sports for You wrestling on Wednesdays too. Me and Trell give you an open invitation, man, because we working on some good stuff for the new year. Obviously, it's still in rookie year for Sports for You wrestling, as Trell would say.
Hey, I am not going cap. I have stopped. I've been stopped watching wrestling since like the WWF days. The WWF days, not the EF.
I was like this. So I was on the live after our show on Wednesday, and I was crazy because I was on my boy Phil, who does the wrestling podcast in Chicago. So he does this hot take after dark stuff. So it's all grown folks conversation, everything under the sun. It's pretty much the Sports View comment section on the IG live, and
minus Nick or Nick is included.
minus Nick. So this, and cause I'm just basically talking, and he don't know about sports. So I'm sitting there talking like, oh hell, I gotta, and clearly he and our boy Jose, who's on our watching alongs, he confirmed it because he was still telling us like he thought LeBron was still in Miami. I was like,
my
what?
God,
wait, damn!
What? You need your man card removed, bruh. We got no, dog. Hell no.
Ask Jose. Trell. Ask Jose. Dead ass. Ask Jose.
How do you miss that on regular television? That's like that shit's on the news.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, like what? Wow.
That's crazy.
I thought he was capping at first, but then when he said he still thought Mutombo played for the Nuggets, I was like, nah, fam.
Nah.
You got to be capping because Mutombo been retired for how long now?
Mutombo was in Atlanta way before, like. I mean, damn. I mean, RIP from Denver to Atlanta to Philly to Brooklyn. I mean, New Jersey, and then Houston. I mean, he was. Damn.
Shout out to Mutombo. Yeah, that Mutombo thing is crazy.
RIP.
That's crazy. I did hear some tricking stories about Mutombo that I'll get into later, but that's another time.
Was the finger wag involved?
It probably.
Whoa, man, what the heck? He said 2 finger wag. He said he wagged.
Where is Nick and Mark at? My God, is it? Oh my goodness, bro. Trill,
hey, I'm just as Nick would say, I'm just saying what y'all are thinking.
Holy shit.
Really did. That was none compared to the way Nick nuked the comments on Sports Free Wrestling the other day.
Oh my goodness.
We ain't going. No, we ain't.
Yeah, that was crazy. But that ain't nothing. No.
Oh, but man, you guys.
Talk about Nick being on remote. When he's on remote now, because he's in Houston, and he gets the opportunity to be able to get in the comment section. He did a little bit when he was still here, but he do it more now because he in Houston and nobody can see him. Like,
what, he got like a burner account?
Nah, he go through. He still be on the 99 Gorilla. It's still under 99 Gorilla. He still goes under. It's like he don't care because if something that be said, then he tries to find some way to make the ether whatever we just said into something worse.
Yeah, dude, just show up like Batman and just take off after the message.
Pretty much.
Oh Lord! All right, John, your show is tonight, isn't it? You got a show tonight.
Yeah, we about to start about 15 minutes. Once Mark and Nick get here, we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about everything else from last night with Thursday Night Football. We're gonna talk more about these playoffs, and like we gonna continue this NBA conversation because I do think the NBA's got a problem. Like we've been saying, they got to figure out. We talked about it Tuesday. Want to be the next guy that's going to take the mantle from Bron, Steph, and KD. Specifically Bron, because LeBron is still the face of the NBA. People don't want to.
He is.
Face it.
No, he is.
He's still the NBA. So who's going to be that guy that takes these to the next decade? This dude took the mount from Kobe for a decade plus.
It's gonna be. Yeah. It's gonna.
20.
I'm gonna tell you. It's what is it? 2000.
Almost 24 and 25. LeBron be 40 in 10 days.
Shit. And he's still out here doing it.
In other words, dude's been here since I graduated high school in 03.
Man, LeBron leaving is going to be a big gaping hole in the NBA. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And like Mark was saying,
all that money's going to be gone.
And Mark said this on Tuesday, fellas. When we knew Bird and Magic sign was up, you knew you still had Jordans and Barclays and blah, blah, blah. When Jordan's time was up, we know we still had Shaq and Kobe and Duncan and KG and guys and AI. And like when Kobe retired, we still had Bron, Steph. That was Bron's already in his prime.
Yep.
That was Steph becoming who he is now. That was KD. That was Russ. That was James Harden. And guys like that.
D-Wade was still there.
Huh? Say it again.
D-Wade was still there.
Chris Paul before all the injuries, he was still balling.
Dame had just came into the league. Who's going to be next? Because I don't see it. They want it to be Giannis. They want it to be Ant-Man. They really want it to be Zion, but they're not reliable.
They just don't got that.
He said it multiple times.
But Ant-Man he's not marketable in that market. And two, it's the face of the NBA. Bro, look at like the past faces of the NBA. There's a criteria you have to meet to be the face of the NBA, whether it's said or not. I don't even think Ant-Man, even if he moved to a different market, is qualified to be the face of the NBA because of what he got going on in his personal life. It's like everything has to come because look, like John Morant has shoehorned his shit out the window. It's done. Mm-hmm. It's nothing else that we want from John Morant. We can't see you because you're not even. We want you. We gotta market this shit to kids. We don't want kids going around thinking this shit is okay to be out in the club with guns and taking a bottle to the face like you fucking drinking a Gatorade. Come on, bro. Like that shit's crazy. Ant needs a rebranding if y'all want to make it work for him and get him out of Minnesota ASAP. Other than that, there's no perennial all-star. It'll be a far cry if we have an international star as the face of the NBA.
I was just about to say.
They want Luka as well.
It could be Luka. Luka could be in that conversation, being the first international face of the NBA.
Yeah, but that would be a black eye on the NBA if you got an international star, not a homegrown star, international star. Because look at Wembanyama. Like, bro, they're trying to ease their way, and then even with the way the awards are given out, you're trying to make this it's trying to go international. You're trying to make it more and more international as you push towards the international star, first round draft picks, international star. It is what it is. The writing's on the wall.
Those players overseas are playing at 16 15 years old against grown men. So they already got the leg up on how, the game is going to be by the time they get drafted.
And they're technical. They're very technical. Hold on, guys. I got somebody in the head.
And doesn't need a superstar in his team to make him look or be good at what he does.
I feel like Anthony Edwards is in my chat right now. This man said, I swear to God.
They want Wemby to be the next guy. They really want Wemby to be the next guy too.
They're just pushing people now.
They're pushing. That's all it is. It's not natural. It's a plant.
Pushing people.
They're trying to push it to be Wemby. But man, we don't know how, because guys that built like him don't last because they tried it with Porzingis and it didn't, and look how long it took him to finally be a serviceable player without injury.
Yeah, he's still injury prone as hell.
He's not that guy though. So
he ain't.
To your point, John.
He's not.
Exactly.
Oh man, we're gonna see how this rolls out. I try to be as positive, but it's no positivity. But it is what it is. But anyway, before we get out of here, again, sponsors. This is the KC Sports Show. Again, I'm KC. Sponsors, Factor 75. Code down below. Get 50% off your first order on me. Also, Bet US, 125% off your first bet. Use my code down below. And on top of that, Poggers, 10% off as well. We got sponsors galore. Before we get out here, I want to give it special thanks to Trail and John from both Sports for You. I appreciate you guys being on today's show. Also, shout out to my guy, Cody from Ballers and Briefs. He had to leave early, but make sure you guys go check him out. I also got, their YouTubes down below. And from their YouTubes to their social medias also down below, so you can check them out. Please show love, good people. Subscribe to them as well, okay? Show some love.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before we get out of here, John, go ahead, plug it like you usually do.
John Watson, Sports for You podcast every Tuesdays and Fridays, 6:45 Pacific on YouTube, X, Facebook. That's Sports, the number 4, the letter U podcast on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And you can follow me on YouTube. And you can follow me at John Watson 0984 on X and Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to Sports for You podcast on YouTube. Please get the subscribers up.
Yep. And I'm Trail. You can follow me on Twitter at Money_Ice. It's the same name as the Instagram. You can also follow us at Sports for You Wrestling at S4U Wrestling on Twitter. And of course, we are, like we mentioned a few weeks ago, we are official partners of WWE Shop. So our link is posted on our page on Twitter. So click that link. That'll help us out, get us paid, stuff like that. So it'll help the brand out as well. And again, Casey, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And it won't be the last, I promise you.
All right. That's what I love to hear. I love to hear that. We have some more derivative conversations about sports. Because me and John was about to go at it. Trail, we're going to have to jump John at some point.
I was here, but then mom's called. I was like, man, I need to go get. She don't get off work late, so I had to go take one for the team, go make the run up the street.
Hey, you know what?
I wasn't even talking about that.
Nigga, Cole tried to snitched himself out.
I had to get food for the house, man.
And the ironic part is, I'm the one that told China I was gonna be late because I was coming home for work in the gym. So it's the fact that I got here before him.
I was here. The thing was, I was here.
CP timed in the mug.
I had everything set up.
Only person that was on time was Cody. Cody was on time. My two brothers, CP in the mud. But it's all good though. It was a great show, fellas. Great show.
Gotta make sure mom's is eating, dog.
I got you. No, I'm a bust your ass. I just like to play around. Oh Lord. He got me with that one.
Oh, God,
Trail was not here during the moment of John getting his ass busted.
Hey,
Lord Jesus, y'all are off the chain, man. Let's go ahead and stop this stream. You folks out there, you lovely folks, I appreciate y'all coming to the stream. Again, KC Sports Show. We on everything, even TikTok before it gets shut down. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share the link. Y'all have a safe weekend. Staying dangerous out in these streets. Again, it's the KC Sports Show. Peace out.
Peace.